Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna be headed to London to go watch the Arsene Wenger movie tonight at Finsbury Park. Around 8 o'clock, I'm gonna go watch that. But right now, I'm just headed to London, family's house. So I'll see you guys there.
Platform 3.
So obsessed, I want to chop your puppy. I want to do what I wish you would let. Open up, make her feel it. You belong quantity. Let's make a bad man sing. So obsessed, I want to chop your puppy. I want to do what I wish you would let. Open up, make her feel it. You belong quantity.
Surprisingly, I met up with Tom Davies, the Everton player. I seen him randomly at Euston Station today in London. Pretty crazy. Talked about some stuff with him. Talked about Everton. Talked about his injury, his hopes for England, and just wished him best of luck. He's a nice guy. He even came back to me and said bye. I'm gonna be going to go watch the movie, Arsene Wenger movie, Finsbury Park right now. I'm literally just about to watch the movie. It's about 8:15, so the movie starts in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about the movie and everything about the movie. I brought my Arsenal shirt with me just to come watch this movie, but yeah, you guys already know what it is. We check it out. Stay tuned. My raw reactions to the movie, and I actually thought it was a pretty good documentary overall. Yo, what's up, guys? So yeah, I just finished watching the movie. I'm not gonna the film or documentary, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, it was great. I would highly recommend it to anybody who wants to watch it. I'm just gonna break down some of the things that I've seen, some of the parts that I enjoyed, and I'm gonna get into that right about now. First, we got to talk about David Dean and introducing Arsene Wenger and bringing him to Arsenal. Yes, he brought our man Arsene Wenger to us in the first place. In the documentary, they fully go into how Arsene Wenger first got introduced to David Dean. They also spoke about him coming to Arsenal and the whole Arsene Who and everything else. So David Dean does deserve a lot of credit for bringing him to the Emirates and why did I say Emirates, to Highbury, and introducing him to the Arsenal family, introducing us to everything, and how Arsene Wenger had a chip on his shoulder when he first joined. He literally had to fight an uphill battle because they did not want him there. They were even saying some things about that he was resigning. Like, it was weird. Yo, I highly recommend everyone to go check this film out because it goes in depth. It teaches you some things you might not even know. Like, definitely did not know some of those things. I was 5 years old at the time when Arsene Wenger joined, so I was not really like involved in Arsenal like that. But in those early years, he definitely had a chip on his shoulder. No one in English football has ever been successful before as a foreign manager, and he came in and he was the first one to do so. Specifically caught my eye when he said that he did not enjoy losing to the point where he would almost vomit if he lost a game. Let's get into this. Arsene Wenger spoke about how if he would lose a game, he would be devastated and he would carry his losses. He would not carry his wins. He would not carry his achievements. He would carry those losses and remember those losses more than anything else. They hurt the most. So whenever he would lose, he would actually sometimes even get to the point where he's so ill that he would vomit. It was so bad at times where he said, he even made this quote during the movie. He said, women kill for love. Men kill because they hate losing. And that's what he genuinely believed. Arsene Wenger was a man who hated losing, which ended up tying into the whole premise. So we're going to get into that. Arsene Wenger got this mentality from his father. He said his father never told him, well done, ever. He always said to him, you can do better. That's what made him strive for perfection and made him the perfectionist that he is. Definitely spoke about Dennis Bergkamp. We're going to get into that right now. So Dennis Bergkamp was one of the players that when he first joined, Dennis Bergkamp was one of the players who was like a foreign player who played the Dutch style of football, and Arsene Wenger wanted to play more of an attacking style of football, so he very much suited Arsene Wenger's style of play and was an integral piece to his early years. Now, Dennis Bergkamp did have his own issues with flights, and also in '99 when he missed a penalty, he never wanted to take a penalty after that again. It definitely hurt him, and it just goes to show you how much of serial winners these guys are. Those kind of moments can definitely have an effect on people, and I didn't even know that. So that was one moment where I was taken back by when he missed that penalty in '99 versus in the semifinal against Manchester United, the year they won the treble. which we ended up losing the game because of Ryan Giggs' amazing goal at the end where he took the ball from the halfway mark from a misplaced pass from Patrick Vieira. Crazy. But yeah, Dennis Bergkamp's definitely a big part of this film, and you guys got to check it out. But what he said about Dennis Bergkamp that moment when he missed the penalty, he was speaking about fine margins and how life is about millimeters and how small margins can change everything. And it was just crazy. But yeah, Dennis Bergkamp part, he's a great, we already know that. But when it comes down to it, even the most greatest players have moments of faults and small margins. Wins you Patrick Vieira, my favorite Arsenal player, the player that got me into Arsenal, and Arsene Wenger's first signing when he first joined the club. Let's get into Arsene Wenger has a special connection with Patrick Vieira because he was the first player he ever brought to the club. He was the first signing he made. He was the first player who came into the club under Arsene Wenger's stewardship. And you know what? He was one of the most integral pieces in Arsene Wenger's whole entire career at Arsenal. He won every major honor that Arsenal won. Patrick Vieira was a big part of. The only time that and no one could question Arsene Wenger, Patrick Vieira was part of that team. He was dominating everything, and Arsene Wenger shows a lot of appreciation to how much Patrick Vieira was part of his legacy and how they're intertwined. But you know what? There's even more great players that he introduced later on. We're gonna get the legend right Thierry Henry. Yes, the man himself. So now, this was the part of the film where I can remember some of the things that took part, and I'll tell you this right now. Even Sir Alex Ferguson in the film was speaking about how Henry was a game changer, how development of Thierry Henry into a center forward, into a striker position, a guy who was not naturally a striker, to play in that position, have the freedom that he had and everything, was a big part of Arsenal's legacy, and how not only did he become one of the Arsenal's best players, but he became one of the best players in the Premier League, one of the best players in the world. And Arsene Wenger is definitely credited to the development of Thierry Henry and how he evolved his game from a guy who was playing out wide to playing as a striker. Absolutely amazing. And this part of the film, I'm telling you right now, it gives you goosebumps. The amount of amazing goals he would score, the amount of amazing plays he would make, how he would just turn games on its dime, and how integral he was to keeping us afloat through tough times. And you know what? Great players, they can just take the game by the scruff of the neck. And what he did after Arsenal went through the toughest week of the club's history, where they just lost the semi-finals to Manchester United. So the treble was off the table. We just lost to Chelsea in the Champions League. So the Champions League's off the table. And we're still, at that point, 8 games into the season. And we're about to face Liverpool. And we're 2-0 down. What does Henry do? Takes the game by the scruff of the neck. And absolutely dominates. Does not take no for an answer. Comes back, scores a goal. And you know what? It just goes to show that sometimes you need great players and great moments to have these type of achievements. And the reason why this was important was because the season before that, Arsene Wenger told the team that they could go invincible, or they could go a season without a loss, without a win. I mean, why did I say without a win? Without a loss. And he really challenged the team. After the 2002 league title, he really challenged them. He expected them to win every single game, or at least not lose. And the season after, we didn't end up winning the title. Manchester United won it again. But the following season, he still believed that they could do it. And he wanted them to do it. And Henry was an integral part to that. Highbury was an integral part to that. Vieira, all of them were integral parts to that. And the documentary also gets into his belief that the team could do it. They could do it. And you know what? It just shows you, if you set goals for yourselves and you push to achieve it, you can do it. Even in your own personal life, anybody who sets themselves goals, push yourself every single day and you can achieve those goals. This is a life lesson. It's a life lesson. Once the season was over and they became unbeaten, even the greats of the greats, like Sir Alex Ferguson, knew that the achievement was an achievement that stood on its own. above everything else. And Arsene Wenger once again achieved everything he wanted to achieve that season. Somewhat vindicated from the year before when he made the statement that Arsenal could go a season unbeaten. It was like a prophecy come true. And that was like relief off your shoulder. But the problem is, once you get to the top and you're at the top of the mountain and you've achieved majority of the things that you want to achieve, what's next? What's next? And what happened next was the club wanted to get into the next stage. They didn't want to get left behind. And we ended up breaking down the Highbury, going to the Emirates, making the move and all that stuff. And I'm telling you guys right now, things were not the same. There was board changes. David Dean ended up leaving. Arsene Wenger almost left. He had opportunities to go to Paris. He had opportunities to go to Real Madrid. He had opportunities to go for Manchester United job. He had opportunities to play, manage England and the French national team. Turned them all down for the loyalty and love that he had for the club. But it did hold him back. And I definitely do think he gets into it. And I want you guys to watch it. But I'm telling you, very emotional moments in the movie where he talks about that. But yeah, from a guy who just came from a small village in France to achieve all you achieved at Arsenal, he's just an absolute legend. But they do also speak about the latter years. They speak about the latter years and how things start to get worse. How we had third place finish, fourth place finish every single year after that. It went from a team that went to league titles, doubles, numerous FA Cups, to just finishing third and fourth consistently. Yes, we stayed in Europe, but not good. Even myself, I thought Arsene Wenger should have probably moved on after we beat Hull, but I never hounded him. They even put clips of Troops and DT's AFTV interviews in the documentary. That I was taken back by that. I was really taken back by that. I didn't think they would have done that, but they did. And he doesn't really think highly of his end of his career at Arsenal, but one thing he did say is he felt like he did his best. He tried his best, and he achieved what he could achieve by finishing third and fourth with the team, keeping us in Europe. And Sir Alex Ferguson was even quoted saying he kept them in Europe every year. He thought it was pretty good, impressive. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Personally, I absolutely love this documentary. I think every single Gooner needs to go watch this. And you know what? Pay some respect to Arsene Wenger, because without him, a lot of us would not be Arsenal fans today. A lot of us would not be knowing this club as this global brand that it is today. A lot of us would not. A lot of the young kids that grew up, like my brothers and stuff, they used to think Arsene Wenger, Arsenal was named after him. Yeah, I had to explain it to them. But long story short, it's a good little documentary. It's gonna be on Amazon soon, and give me something else to talk about rather than the games, and it's quite interesting. I'm definitely gonna do an Amazon documentary review of each of the all or nothing videos. But for now, appreciate you guys. And when they spoke about Arsene Wenger's departure and his last game versus Burnley a couple years back, it was emotional. But yeah, I'm definitely sound like I'm whispering because my fams are sleeping, and I'm at my in-laws' house in London. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And do me a favor, leave a like in the video. Tell me what you think about the Arsene Wenger documentary if you have watched it. And if you haven't watched it yet, do you plan on watching it? Let me know in the comment section. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll be back with more videos very, very soon. Just want to say thank you to everybody who watches my videos. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and do not forget, we're all Arsenal fans here. Let's be nice to each other, because things go in cycles. We had our cycle a couple years back. Yeah, decade back. And it's gonna come back eventually, and when it does, it's gonna feel very, very sweet. Let's just enjoy this. But yeah, they did get into the Chelsea part in the documentary, but I'm not even gonna get into that. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe.